delete all my games. But yeah, when it comes to adultery, infidelity, cheating, male and female body counts, it's not the same. Alright? Like, the main reason why I think infidelity and all that happens, like, not so much why it happens, but why it becomes a problem is because women have been allowed to express their feelings, and their feelings does not really determine reality. And I'm completely fine and understandable why women would feel a certain way. Because our man is doing this, it's not that big a deal. Alright? Not anywhere near a woman cheating. Alright? Like, if you and your husband, if you find out your husband's cheating or having relationships with other women, coitus, intercourse, carnal knowledge, entertaining, like, you can probably have a talk with him about it and express your opinions, maybe, and probably work through it. But a woman that cheats and allows another man on top of her and dominates her, and who knows what else he does to her, that is unforgivable. And women need to stop acting like you're men. Alright? You don't need sex like men do. It's not a good look for being a promiscuous woman. Alright? And it is completely not the same. It is a million times worse if your woman cheats on you. Alright? A million times worse. I mean, you probably have some hurt feelings, but I mean, women are the ones I definitely do think women cheat more. And it destroys a family. Whether it's the woman's emotions or the woman's actions, the woman destroys the family. Man doesn't. I mean, a man can 100% love his wife, go bone a bitch, get his dick sucked, fucking do some crazy shit, and then come home to his wife, kiss her like nothing's changed, because to him, nothing has changed. All right. Now, I'm not saying men should not have some control per se over your primal instincts, and maybe be a man of caliber and value and valors, morals. But I'm not gonna act like fucking a man stepping out of his marriage is the same as a woman. I also do think that a woman should and it be her smartest decision to try to work through it or just ignore it. I mean, you can either ignore it and just be there for your family, or you can have a conversation with him. But yes, if you're a woman and you cheat on your man, he has my blessings to leave you. That is unacceptable. Like, otherwise, the woman has to be willing to fucking do just about almost anything else. He says to drop your friends, you drop your friends, and I mean like all male friends. Like, you are at his whim. It is not the other way around. He cheats on you. You don't get to dictate or demand anything. You can have a discussion and a conversation about how you feel, and that you know. All right, but you don't get to dictate anything. You have no leverage. You want to call it Brown, wreck your family, fine, but he's not going to. That's why many men keep it secret, because women are just very spiteful and vindictive and only think about themselves. And they're gonna wreck the family for money, because they're hurt feelings, and then give their child a really bad upbringing. Because let's face it, you women can't raise kids on your own. All right, you need guidance from a man to deal with the kids. Like, it's not in high statistics of women that can raise kids on their own, especially men. You can't raise men. Men can raise daughters and have beautiful, women that grow up, but women cannot raise men. You can't. There's rare scenarios, and I just don't count them as anything valuable. But yeah, I mean, this mainly has to do with, like, because it's not the same, ladies. It's not at all. I'm not saying that you have to put up with it. I'm not saying you have to tolerate it. I'm not saying that you have to accept it. But it would be smart, and it would be smart to have a conversation about it and try to save the marriage. But it's not the other way around. I'm not gonna tell men to just put up with your woman. I'm territorial. I don't even want to share my woman's figure with anyone. I don't think women should have male friends. I think it's 100% disrespectful. If a woman has a male friend, she might as well have cheated already. In my opinion, she might as well have already cheated. Because what's the point I mean, it's beneficial for women to have guy friends, 100%. I understand why you guys do. And you guys don't even want to hang out with females. But it's not beneficial for a guy at all. Like, at all. So, like, I don't agree with men. I don't have female friends because I see no point. There's no value in them. I mean, if you're not sucking my dick, I don't fucking care to hang out with you if you're a woman. Like, flat out, just period. I don't care to hang out with you. You have no great wisdom to give me. You can't help me through my problems. I'd be very embarrassed if you came to my rescue to save me. So, I mean, like, if you're not sucking my dick, please shut the fuck up to me. Like, I have no interest on being friends. Alright? We can be acquaintances, but it's only if my wife is friends with you. Alright? We are not going to hang out. It's the same thing. It's like, with guy, like, I mean, my woman is not going to go hang out with her guy friends. She's not going to go to the movies. She's not going to go to the club with them. She's not going to hang out at the house with them by themselves. Like, that's unacceptable. And for her, and if she even asked to do it, that's already deal breaker. Like, that's already a deal breaker. You should even have them, and you should be blessed that I'm allowing you to have guy friends. And yes, women, men have done so much for you, and you have taken us for granted. It's not the other way around. Men have done more for you than you have done for us. And especially in this day and age, what the fuck have you really done for us besides give us a headache? Be mouthy, be argumentative, think you're right when it's been proven you're wrong a lot. But, I mean, this main one has to just do with, I mean, this mainly had to do with infidelity, cheating, relationships, marriage. I mean, definitely, I mean, this is obviously advice, I think, in my opinion, for marriage. And, I'm not legally by the state married. I didn't go to church and get married, but in my eyes and in God's eyes, I do think of me and her married. So I do think of her as my wife. And yes, I do think if your husband says jump, you jump. It's not the other way. She can't tell me to jump. She can ask me to jump, and I'll jump for her. But she doesn't get to tell me to jump. Right? That's the difference. And I love about that how Andrew explained it before. Like, if we're having something that's affecting our life, and she wants to have a discussion about it, and I don't, then I don't. And that's where it ends. I don't want to hear her opinion. I don't really need her opinion. I don't. About anything. I would like to have conversations with this woman. Have deep, meaningful conversations, among other things. Yeah, I'm going to be with her for 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 plus years until my end of time. So I would like to be able to have a conversation with her. I'm very into having intellectual conversations. But I don't need her opinion. I mean, I need her to be as intelligent to understand what I need and want. Not to get feedback, not to tell me what she thinks we should do. When it comes to smaller things, whatnot, it's whatever. I don't freaking care. But yeah, when it comes to big problems that actually matter, no, those are my ball card. If I choose to, ask your opinion, then that's a different thing. But I mean, if I tell you to shush, then you shush. It's not the fact that she can't express herself, but it's on my whim if I want to hear it. And that's how I think the house should be ran. I mean, it's been proven day in, day out that I'm right. That this is how the house should be ran. But yeah, there's going to be double standards. There's going to be double standards. All right? I mean, obviously, women have a lot of, some. Most of them don't play in our favor. I mean, I could probably go sell my body and whatnot, but I don't want to. Doing OnlyFans, I mean, I'm sure there's guys that do it, but they're not making nearly as much money as fucking the women. I prefer to do hard labor, whatnot, and actually do something that I can actually be proud of. A woman's job, like that's the one who, a woman's destiny and purpose was already preordained. Preordained. I don't know, but you know where I'm talking about. It was already foretold. A woman is going to be a wife and mother. That's it. There's no other job for a woman. Like, I'm sorry if that sounds sexist or misogynist, but that's the only job you have, is to be a wife and mother. And be your husband's wife, to be your children's mother, to be there for your husband and your children. All right, that's it. Nothing else. Not a cop, not military, not in the work field, not a doctor, not a painter, not an artist, not a musician. No, a wife and mother. That's it. Like, I'm sorry if a man has a higher purpose of what he can be besides a father and a husband, but he has a different path to walk than you do. Your path is supposed to lead you to your husband. My path is supposed to lead me to my purpose that I can use to support and protect my wife and children. So my purpose, where I'm going, is gonna tie in with my wife and kids. But a woman's purpose and dreams and aspirations and all that doesn't tie in with family. Her going to get that degree or her going to get that job doesn't tie in with family. My job and all that ties into family because now I have money so I can actually get a wife and hopefully one that listens to me. Yeah, here's to the next life. But I mean, I think we've been together for 2, 3 years. I mean, that's pretty long. You know, what my relationships have been in the past and on. But yeah, I mean, I think there's just certain, I mean, men do a lot more for this planet, the world, and then most of the stuff that women do, they don't really do. Like why do you women want to like use pregnancy and giving birth as like a flex, like something you do? You don't do anything. I mean, you have to keep your mind, relaxed, your body healthy. Eat right. Stay less stress free. Make sure that your baby is seeing a doctor, so it's getting its checkup to make sure it's healthy, nothing's going wrong inside of there because you really can't see. But that's about it. And half that, I mean, it's done by your husband. I mean, if you have a decent husband that actually has a loving wife that wants to be there for you, then he will have no problem waiting on you. But most of you women think you can do it on your own, but you can't. And that's another thing that irritates the shit. I mean, all these statistics out there that prove that women are more spiteful, women cheat more, women are passing STDs around. I mean, you women are the problem in society, not men. Now, don't. I understand that men have things to work on. That's not what I'm saying. But you women are the problem. Halfway the problem, halfway the issue, because I do think you women are being used by the system to break men. I think that you guys are being used to break men. You guys aren't really relevant, but for that, because I do think that women can be a man's, spinach. You could be his strength, his inspiration. You really hype up men, but you guys can also be kryptonite to men. You guys can be the worst things for men. You guys can be the greatest thing for men. You can also be the worst. Um, as a cheerleader aspects, as a healer, as a nurturer, as a slave, a servant, a secretary, a mom. I mean, you guys can be a great thing for men. But like everything that you do revolves around being there for men. That's what evolution says. That's what divine word of God says. It says that women are supposed to be there for men, be a helpmate for men. I mean, I did have this one great, where like when he goes to the island, where what our purpose. I think a woman just needs to be a small piece of land for a man to just crawl up on and relax and rest for a minute while there's a storm going around. We don't need you to comfort us. We don't, I mean, really like do anything for us. We just need you to like give us a small piece of land so we can swim out of the water and take a break until we swim again. All right, and then you pop up again and let us rest. All right, but when it comes to women, I mean, it's like men. The island, we have to be an island. We have to put some, food and materials on there. We have to build a shelter, fire, defense. I mean, it's like we do more. And half is because that's how we design, I guess. But and we don't really need you guys to do anything but what we ask you to do. I'm not for women in the work field. I think you guys are nothing but a liability in the work field. I mean, the work field, the police department, military. I mean, just about anywhere but the kitchen. I mean, I think you guys belong at the house. And I don't understand why that's misogynist and why that means I hate women. I mean, I do think I'm better. I mean, I do think men are better. We're superior mentally, physically, emotionally, and we have to be. But I do think that women have an extra inherent value due to child rearing. But that also goes back to like inherent in my belief is that it's something you do because it's the right thing and the duty. And you women are not having kids. You guys are killing way more kids than actually having. And then trying to use kids as a pawn to fuck with men's head. That's why I'm against the feminist movement. Take your vote away. I think allowing women to express their opinion is one of the worst things we've ever done. Because you women don't express your opinion. All right, because I think opinion comes from thoughts and theories and thinking about things. You express your feelings, which your feelings are like a bipolar child. I mean, with anger issues. But I'm starting to just ramble about life and marriage and all that. But I mean, I originally came on here just to talk about how like men and women are not equal, and we're never gonna be. And anybody with a brain cell knows this. I mean, I think of the yin and yang thing, and I think that women are like the small little dot inside the yin and yang, where men are the other aspects. And we work in balance that way as long as we stay in our place. All right. And I think women need to get back in their lane so men can get back in their lane. So I think I think a good woman can be a good woman if she's led by a good man that's led by God. But a good man's going to be a good man if he's going to be a good man. I do believe in the whole God, man, woman, child. And it's not like, I mean, obviously I say we're superior and better and all that, but it doesn't mean, I mean, I think, I guess another thing is like, if I say I think men are better, it's like, well, then you think women are worse? No, that's not what I mean. I think that we're designed different. I mean, I do think women are designed to, I mean, or they're supposed, if they listen to a good, like, their husband, and he's allowed to run the house the way he wants, then I think women will fall in line and be able to, I mean, if you just worry about the things that you're supposed to worry about and nothing else, then you won't be so stressed. That's why my daughters are not experiencing life. They're staying home. I'm protecting my daughters from the world. They don't need to experience life, and their first anything is going to be with their husband and children. I'm not having my daughters have boyfriends. They're not having guy friends. They're not going to go out in the world and go to concerts and this and all that. No. Amber is a little bit different. My wife is a little bit different. She's somewhat learned from experiencing life. But in a nutshell, in general, on default, women don't learn by experiencing life and drama and all that. Women get broken. They don't gain experience. They don't gain knowledge. They don't become. They don't build. They don't need the hero journey. Men need the hero journey. Women do not. But I think that's where I'll leave the note because, 18 minutes and family's starting to wake up. So that's what I got for now.